Paramount Pictures is currently filming a major motion picture in North Georgia called
Very interesting things which you'll see once you check out that movie.
We generally work on a few different types of projects. Obviously, we do a lot of short films.
Michael, how did you get started in filmmaking?
A very large part of the success of any project.
And I started my filmmaking career actually on a cruise ship making short films.
Wow. I'm the executive producer to our new feature film, The Common Denominator.
Tell us a little bit about your character in the film.
She's really upset from the beginning, from the get-go.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, basically, I somehow started acting in 1990.
Hello, I'm Lauren Turner, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Rural Hollywood, a show that takes an in-depth look at the movie industry in the Southeast and beyond. On today's episode, Lakeisha Love will sit down with James D. Jackson, Jeff Bazille, and Connie Marie about their feature film, Consequences. But first, Raquel Battle will sit down with James Scott of ESU Funding, who's joined by filmmaker William Hudson. They'll be talking about financing film productions.
Hi, I'm Raquel, and we're sitting here with Mr. James Scott and Mr. William Hudson from ESU Funding. Can you tell us about your audience and how you're getting involved in the financing business?
Well, it started about 10 years ago. I started out in commercial and residential financing.
Okay.
And that eventually led me down to the path for film financing.
Okay, okay. And what inspired you to become involved in the movie industry?
It's funny you should ask me that. What inspired me was a film called New Jack City.
Oh, Lord.
My family was instrumental in getting that film done, and I was there for the shooting of that film.
Okay.
And that basically was my inspiration to get into the film financing part of the industry.
Okay, and how long ago was that? Like what age?
I probably was about 23, 24 years old when I started to get interested in film financing.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of teenagers out there that's watching us today, and they want to know, like, okay, so how can I do that? So I guess you might be a role model for them sometimes.
Determination, anything that you feel you want to do in life, if you just discipline and stay very well disciplined and believe in what you want, and you can make things happen in life.
Okay, that's good advice. And do you feel it's necessary for a filmmaker to have a business plan at all?
With our program, we don't require a business plan. Basically, a very well-written script with attachments. Our program is basically driven off of revenue, that if any ancillary products, toys, or anything else that we can drive revenue off the film with.
Okay, and other than revenue, what will be the process for the filmmaker to go through to get his film financed?
Our program requires a 20% equity contribution from the production side of it.
Okay.
We will fund the 80%, and the reason why we require 20% is if you believe your film is a good film, then you will put something up showing that you believe in your project. So we require 20% from the production side. We will pay the 80% and get the film funded.
Okay, and what about the people who are just getting started in films and might not have that extra dollar to put in? Like, how would you, well, what advice would you give them to get that 20% up?
Get your hustle on.
Okay, okay, that does make sense.
You have to hustle, and if you believe in your project, the money's out there. You're gonna find it.
Okay, and how do you determine if a film production is worth being filmed at all?
With our program, it is not a bank finance program. We are more of a joint venture program. We enter into a partnership with production.
Okay.
So basically, you know, revenue is driven off a very well-written script, ancillary products, toys, whatever else revenue we can drive off the project itself.
Okay, okay. And how much are you involved in the creative side of the film production that you're
From beginning to end, once we fund a project, our program is designed for the production to have full creative control.
Okay.
But we will sit and discuss better ways to drive more revenue off a film.
Okay, Okay, and tell us about some of the projects that you have coming up.
Currently, right now, already funded is Urban Ice, a project produced by Ray Murphy Jr., who used to be the president of Ray Murphy Productions. The project is called Urban Ice, which is a family-oriented film about kids from the streets of Harlem learning to play the game of ice hockey and the discipline it takes to be successful in the game and in life itself.
Right, because most people, well, kids out of Harlem, they don't go into hockey.
No, they don't.
Go into football and basketball.
This is definitely something different. This is a good, feel-good movie similar to Mighty Ducks and Cheerleaders.
Okay, that's a very family-oriented film. And what is a web address and a contact number for you?
Our web address is www.esufunding.com.
Okay.
My email address is james@esufunding.com. Our phone number is 706-356-5451, and my direct line is 706-599-2401.
Okay, and what advice would you give future filmmakers?
Very well written script. You have to be determined. Don't get discouraged. This is a very difficult business. You're going to bump into a lot of brick walls. You got to keep going, keep moving forward. If you believe in your project, one day somebody's going to fund your project for you.
Okay, and as in internships or anything, would that be available in your company?
Actually, right now we're currently doing internships through high school and college programs.
Okay.
So
they just contact you with those?
Yes, contact me directly if you're interested in internship.
Okay, well, thank you. And I see you have a friend with you today, Mr. William Hudson. And how are you involved within this ESU funding project?
Well, actually, I have a film that I'm submitting to ESU that we're about to get funded. It's an animated feature called Dagger.
Okay, and what is Dagger about?
Dagger is about a woman who's part of a secret organization in a futuristic society. It's a space adventure. And it's about what happens when she finds out that that organization is actually trying to kill her.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a lot. But what demographic, like what age range would you be portraying this film to?
Like I said, it would be the PG-13 crowd.
Okay.
It really would be that type of audience we're looking for.
Okay, so no rated R.
No,
my kids can come
film.
see this if they wanted to. My little nieces and nephews and things. Okay.
Exactly.
That does make sense. Well, thank you, Mr. Scott and Mr. Hudson, for coming to Real Hollywood to share your story.
Then the little blue engine began to pull. She tugged and she pulled and she tugged. Puff, puff, chug, chug went the little engine. I think I can, she said. Slowly, slowly the train started to move. The dolls and toys began to smile and clap. Puff, puff, chug, chug. Up the mountain went the little blue engine. All the time she kept saying, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.
How's your wheatgrass car coming along?
Yeah, it's coming along, I guess.
For the lights also wasted.
bad do you want it?
Please.
Let go of me, Michael.
It's no big deal. No, it is a big deal.
It's no big deal.
No, it is a big deal.
You need to get out of here with that. I know it was you.
Hey, yo, Murder Ma, handle this for me. Handle that.
Did you do it?
Nah, I can't tell you that.
If Bobby ever puts his hands on me, I'll break him. I made sure he's positive.
Slut! I knew I should have trifling ass. She's in the hospital.
Yeah, somebody broke into the house and beat her up.
I think I'm falling in love with him.
For more information, log on to our website at www.rulhollywood.com. Next up is Lakeisha Love and her interviews with James D. Jackson, Jeff Bazille, and Kanya Marie about their feature film, Consequences.
Hello, I'm Lakeisha Love, and today we're here with James Jackson and Jeff Bazille, the directors of a feature film called Consequences. Hi, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Y'all in here looking crisp.
Well, we appreciate that.
Trying to hang with Jay. trying to hang.
Okay, well, you know, it's nothing like representing. I hear you. Can you give our audience, you know, a short version of what Consequences is all about?
Okay, well, it's about a movie about a young lady. She's dating a lot of different guys for all the wrong reasons. She's basically looking for love, and she's having a difficult time finding it. She thinks the answer to find it is through dating various guys, and hopefully one of them will pan out to be somebody pretty good. So she goes through a lot of trials and tribulations to find that person, and it takes a long time before she eventually does. And in the process, she may possibly be killed in the movie. Can't gonna leave that one out for the audience to kind of go and see it in order to know what actually happens in the end, but that's pretty much what it's about.
Okay, James, so, you know, your background as a soldier, an author, and a motivational speaker, did any of that play a role in Consequences? Did it influence you or inspire you at all?
Definitely. As a motivational speaker, the objective obviously is to have something impactful for people to hear, to inspire people, to motivate people, and I thought this movie would definitely do that.
Motivation, people. Motivation. Okay, like I said, I'm all about the positive energy and upliftment and things that make you think. You have to, you know, you have to think in society. It's not a game. How did you two become business partners?
Well, we met about, let's say 3 years ago, and we realized that we had a lot of the same vision. Basically, it's a lingo that you have as directors, and when you hear the same lingo, I heard the same lingo when Jeff and I spoke to one another, and we agreed that we should come together and collaborate and start helping each other with future film projects.
All right, and what's crazy about it, our background is almost similar, identical in so many ways, you know, besides public speaking. I'll leave that to James. But as far as military and sports and family background, it's almost similar. So I think that made us click.
Definitely.
Well, you know what, I can't wait to, you know, take a look at this trailer because it seems like it's impacted a lot and it's come from a lot of experiences and life experience. So let's roll it. Let's take a look at that trailer.
I made sure I'm taking you down to the town.
And you gonna repay me by stealing from me? No, I wasn't like that, Ty. Tell me how it was, D. It wasn't like that.
What's worse than a man acting like the average man? A woman trying to act like the average man.
Your number way too much?
No, I probably don't give it out enough.
You mind if I take this phone call?
No, go ahead. Are you on your way, baby?
I don't think we should see each other anymore.
I might be a little aged,
Oh,
but
I need to go to the
I drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, I'm just so tired of dating losers. It don't matter what I do. It don't matter where I go, I just seem to get them. Why didn't you tell me you was married?
Well, you didn't ask.
I'm the love doctor, girl. Come on now, I'll hook you up with somebody real nice, trust me.
Maybe I could use some kind of love doctor right now.
Dr. Christian Santana.
Wait a minute. Before you go over there, man, you need to call the cops.
So how much experience did you have in filmmaking before, creating this project, before making this, master creation that how did you,
Come up with the idea, basically? Well, I've been to film school. Jeff has been to film school as well. So we've had a chance to learn all about it. It was just time to put it all into practice. So having done a lot of work, I've been a part of, like as extras, of course, and watching directors do what they do. And then I decided to take up some courses and learn it myself. And of course, Jeff did the same. So he's done even the acting courses as well. We figured we had to learn the whole shebang, I guess you can say, from front to back to know exactly what it would take to put out a good film. So we did it all, from lighting through editing. I mean, you name it, we can do it all.
Okay, well, who are some of the other people who assisted you, along this journey?
Well, in terms of knowledge or learning, obviously, would be the
Yes.
professors that we had along the way. But this particular project, Miles Randall obviously comes to mind. He's a gentleman that we met here in Atlanta. He was very eager to learn about the film industry, so he came to us and he said he just wanted to shadow us as we made this film, see what it was that we did, and watch us from front to back. So he's been, pivotal in terms of everything that we've done, and he himself has just done a short film, and we assisted him with that. So he's very helpful. We also had Taj Bland. Yeah, Taj was very instrumental in doing the set design and also coaching underdeveloped, I guess you can say, actors and bring them up to standard. She did a very, very good job of that. And a man by the name of Brother John Gay. He was very instrumental in finding all of the actors that we, the main actors that is, that we were having problems finding through the auditions. He was able to find those actors for us, and we're very gracious and appreciative of him.
Very familiar. He's a great guy.
Definitely.
Great guy. Well, can you tell me some of the things that you both have learned, in general, after taking on this project?
Right. Well, I think we brainstormed basically about all the things that we thought we would encounter. And we pretty much encountered all of those, from whether it be the actors' jobs, because most of them have full-time jobs, so working around their schedules, and just understanding people will be late to the set, and we may, instead of having a 2-month window of when you should shoot the film, it actually would go to 4 months or 5 months. There's really no telling, just basically to stick with it and to make sure you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. So we knew pretty much we didn't get any surprises. Everything that happened, we pretty much expected it. We were very appreciative, though, that the actors that started with us finished with us.
Exactly.
And sometimes you figure you may lose one and you have to get an understudy to fill in, but fortunately for us, our main actors, they stayed with us from beginning to end.
So you didn't have any unnecessary kinks or, to work out, nothing that rattled your chain? Nothing
No,
like that.
not really. Actually, the actors were better than we thought they were going to be for their auditions, so it actually got better as time went on, as opposed to getting worse.
Right. We had a great cast.
Definitely.
Well, what other projects, are you all working on, or do you see yourself working on, better yet?
Well, definitely, we're going to be working on projects from here on out. That's what we want to do, is make movies. I spent my time in the military, and I do a couple of other things, but movies is where my heart is, and obviously where Jeff's heart is. We came together, as I said, as co-directors of this movie because his knowledge is so vast that I didn't want to leave him out and let me just do it myself. I wanted to incorporate his knowledge with my knowledge and do this film together, and do that for the future projects as well. So we have Making Moves is the script that he completed, he wrote, and we're going to direct that movie next, and we should be doing it as soon as we finish this one.
Wow. Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, well, is there any contact information so that, you know, either people can check out the trailers or contact you all, or I don't know if you do casting, but is there any type of contact information that you can provide the audience members?
Definitely. Phone number 770-255-9054, and then my website, D as in Derek, Jackson.com. The movie, you can see the trailer at MySpace, /Consequences movie.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
MySpace is awesome. It's the link to America.
That's right.
Right. Everybody and their moms have one.
It's the truth, it's the truth. Hi, I'm Lakeisha Love, and we are now joined by the leading actress from the movie Consequences. She is so beautiful, I love her, and I'm so excited to be sitting here next to her. She's like a sister to me, very dear. Kanya Marie.
Hey, how's it going? It's so good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. Can you tell us about your character in the feature film?
In the movie, I play the lead actress, Diana Westbrook, and she's your typical 20-something, fresh out of college, you know, looking for love in all the wrong places. And the thing about her, I think that's unique, is her father passed away a year ago, you know, in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And I think subconsciously, she's looking for that father figure to kind of fill that void,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So she's going out almost on this quest, you know, to find this guy, like this ultimate guy. And in doing that, you know, she just really gets herself mixed up in a lot of different things. And at the end of the film, you know, the kind of, I guess, the dramatic ending of it is, will the consequences of her past, you know, catch up to her future, you know, when things are a little bit better, you know. So it's a really good story. It's a really good, you know, it's got a really good point to it, you know, and I think a lot of people, young and old, male, female, will be able to identify with the movie in general.
Okay, well, with that character, you know, does any of that emulate you? Or what did you have to do in order to portray that character?
A lot of it did, you know. I mean, I've been there, fresh out of college, and in a sense, I think there's a time in, I'm not saying everybody's life, but in a lot of women's life where, you know, with societal pressures, relationships kind of validate, you know, who you are until you have like your own identity. And the guy that you're with, oh, I'm with this guy, you know. So a lot of that was you know, really, I was able to use that, you know, in her character. But some of the other things, like my father hasn't passed away. You know, there's some things that I had to kind of adapt to become her character and to feel kind of what she's feeling. You know, when she gets hurt, or when she gets cheated on, and when she, you know, and she's lied to, and she feels played, and all these things.
Well, do you have a different approach, you know, taking on this film, you know, as a leading actress versus, you know, doing a supporting role?
You know what? I think the title of lead actress and supporting actress is just your role in the production. You know, it's kind of like antagonist versus protagonist.
Okay.
You know, and I don't think that you should approach it any different. I think that with every approach to your character, you should have complete commitment to that role.
Definitely.
You know, whether you're Diana Westbrook, lead actress, whether you're supporting actress LaToya, best friend, or whether you're, you know, guy on couch scene 2, you know, just commit to that character and dedicate to their, you know, their speech, their dialect, their mannerisms. And, you know, so no matter what you are in the production, you're still a part of it.
Definitely.
And I think you should still bring the same level of energy, attitude, and commitment to any character that you play.
I agree 100%. 100%, because, you know, I believe that titles are definitely overrated.
Yeah.
Because once you are labeled with that title, you have an expectation already.
There you go.
You know, so like you said, I agree 100%. A dedication is a dedication.
Yeah.
I also know that you've been working on some other projects, and like, what are some of your future endeavors, or, you know, what are you getting your hands into now?
Well, I think my ultimate goal is to have a marketable name. Okay. You know, I want to be a good enough actress where people can look at me and they say, I know her, I've seen her somewhere, you know, or Kanya J. Marie, why does that sound familiar? Oh yeah, that's right, I know her from this, you know. And I want my name and my reputation to be, you know, positive enough so that people can think about it and they're like, oh, that's a really good actress. We should, you know, cast her, or she can sell movies, she can sell her name, you know. Outside of that, I've been working with a couple of local directors. Actually, I have a project coming up with DeWitt Jones.
Okay.
R.L. Scott is going to be the action choreographer on it. And I love this role because I get to play this mix between Uma Thurman meets Gina Davis, you know, in A Long Kiss Goodnight, you know, mixed with Charlize Theron. Like, it's this femme fatale type character, sword play, martial arts. You know. So I'm training in wushu, working with RL to do like sword play and different things to really make this character come alive. You know, I'm also going to be work with Rural Hollywood's very own Mark Williams.
Yes.
And work it out, and hopefully we should start that in a couple of months.
Right.
And then I'm going to be working with R.L. Scott in Slums 13. That's going to have really good actors, and it's going to have Ernie Reyes Jr., Timax from, you know, The Last Dragon.
Oh, God.
And some really good martial artists, and that movie's got a huge budget. It's got Miramax backing it. I'm so excited to work on that one.
So let me ask you a question. That was Leroy, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? You need,
Leroy.
oh Lord, I had the biggest crush on him.
Everybody did.
Oh my goodness, you are the last dragon. I mean, I am serious. I love it. Well, you give him a shout out for me, okay?
Well,
Tell
he
him
should be here in
Lakeisha
Atlanta.
loves him, you know? All right, well, can you give us any contact information? I mean, how can we stay current with what you're doing? You know, I want to be like Kanya Marie. And how can I find out about you?
Well, like you were saying before, MySpace is like the ultimate universal connection.
Definitely.
And you can definitely find me on MySpace at MySpace/Kanya J, and that's KANYAJ.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you know, I just got a lot of things going on right now, and I love staying busy, and I would love to be even busier. You know, I want to stay abreast to all the new productions that's going on. Kind of keep my hands in a mix of everything.
You have to, because this is all about networking.
It is.
And if you don't network, you know, I don't know where you'll be in this game. So I'd like to thank you so much for joining us on the show. So we have the lovely Kanya Marie and Miss Lakeisha Love. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We'd like to thank our guests, James Scott, William Hudson, James D. Jackson, Jeff Bazille, and Kanya Marie for appearing on the show. And we'd also like to thank you, the viewers, for joining us. So be sure to tune in next time for another episode of Rural Hollywood.